Hi, my name is Lyrica Wafer, and I'm an artist of makeup. And I do every single day do makeup. And who is the champion? It was me, Lyrica. Bye.
Took a couple L's before I got the coupe, and I smoked the same way the Rosses do. Guess I'm on my own level, nigga, cause I count my bands and my blessings with them. It's a vibe. Goddamn, it's a motherfucking vibe. It's a vibe. Yeah. Goddamn, it's a motherfucking vibes on vibes. Long stride to that money. Long stride now pussy. So good, should be tearing. Me and Moses in a hey him. Start off the day with a buzz.
Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. I'm going to get right into it and start off with my rosehip face oil. And I'm going to put that all over just to make the face a little dewy. We all love a little bit of dew and shininess and that, you know, glow from within if you're not glowing already on your wedding day. But yeah, my skin's actually been doing really well during this whole quarantine situation. But yeah, so I'm just rubbing that face oil in, making sure to get it underneath my eyes. This is just me admiring my skin because it's like really good. So next, after the oil, I'm going to take my Tacha Silk Canvas Primer, and I honestly understand what the hype is. Like, I get it. I absolutely get it with the Tacha products. So I'm going to take that primer and prime the face before we add foundation. Next, I'm going in with the Milani foundation. I have been loving this a lot lately. I've been using it in the last couple videos. I promise I'll switch up in the next video, but this foundation was just perfect for this look. So I'm using a beauty blender to blend that all out. Moving the hair out the way. Still admiring my skin. It's so good, you guys. It's so good. Comment down below or a thumbs up if you guys want to see like a skincare routine or like nighttime skincare routine or daytime. Let me know. Let me know what you guys want to see. So next I'm going to take this Model's Own foundation stick in the shade 20, and I'm going to use that to kind of highlight the face. And I'm going to put that underneath the eye, and I'm kind of warming up the product a little bit. You can see me kind of rubbing it underneath my eyes. And this product is very creamy. And you could see I'm kind of warming it up underneath the eyes by like rubbing it first to get it a little warm. You can do that on the back of my hand. This is my personal one. I wouldn't do this for like clients, but I would warm it up on the back of my hand or take some out and put it on like a spatula and a like metal canvas and apply it that way for my clients. But for me, this is my own personal one, so that's why I did use it like this. And so I'm just highlighting the high points of the face. I don't know why I'm so giddy and goofy in this video, but then I'm going to take another concealer, and this is the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer in the shade Medium Beige, and I'm just going over the same area where I put that Model's Own foundation first. And I'm just highlighting, and then I'm going to take the same beauty blender and I'm going to blend that out again. So after that, I did contour the same time, well, like while the concealer was drying, because I do like to let it dry down a little bit. So I'm taking an e.l.f. dual fiber brush, and I'm just going to carve out the cheeks. Normally I would have used the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in, I want to say Ebony. I think it's Ebony. But it was just a little too dark. I've been using that and it's just a little too dark. So I decided to go back to the shade that I normally use, which is this NYX concealer, cream concealer. And I'm just going to blend that out. And you see just how seamlessly and effortlessly that blends out with the dual fiber brush. And that e.l.f. brush, I want to say, is like $5, you guys. You can get that anywhere. And so after that, I'm just going to blend, and start blending out the forehead. And because I didn't want to let the concealer dry down too much, I am going to go back in with the beauty blender and start blending out that concealer that we put down. letting the concealer dry down a bit just gives you more coverage. And if it dries down too quickly for you, you can always spray your face with a setting spray or spray your sponge and start blending it out if it does dry too fast. This concealer does dry down really nicely, I should say. I love the way it dries down. So after everything is blended, I'm going to be using my Sacha Buttercup setting powder. And I'm going to make sure there are no creasing, no lines underneath the eyes, because we don't want that. We want to be super smooth and looking flawless underneath the eyes there. So I'm taking that powder and I am pressing that into the skin. I haven't used this powder in a long time, but I love it. Like, I love the way it looks on the skin. There's no flashback with this powder at all. Really good for baking. I know like a lot of girls and makeup artists, they do use this to bake, but I don't bake as much as I used to back in the day. But I do like to, you know, put a generous amount and blend it into the skin. So I am going to take another powder, the Morphe Bacon Set Banana powder. And I like this one because it's brighter. It's more of a brightening powder for me, the shade that I picked. And you can clearly see like it just brightens up that underneath the eyes with this product. So I really like how it brightens it up. And I know it looks crazy right now, but you know, you guys got to trust the process. Trust the process. So just keep going. And I'm lightening, or not lightening, but I am setting some powder in the forehead area because I do get shiny there, and I am putting some on the cheek. And a little trick is to stick out your tongue on the inside of your mouth and make sure that you set those smile lines so the makeup doesn't rest in your smile lines when you're smiling and you're crying and, you know, your face is going through all of those emotions during the wedding. It's good to just really set your face because, you know, your foundation is, you know, bound to move if you do not set it with the powder. I am taking a skinnier brush. This is kind of like a flat brush, and I'm using that to highlight the bridge of my nose. Okay, and to contour my nose, I'm going to use this Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and this was one of my like favorite bronzers. You can see it's like super old, but I love it. I did use this to bronze the face just to bring a little color back to the face there. And I am using a Morphe brush to bronze. So as I was bronzing, I did realize that I wanted to kind of bring in the nose a little bit. So I am going to switch to a smaller brush to define the nose a little bit more. One of my favorite angled brushes to use to bring in the nose as well, to get that perfect shape that you want. Make sure that you don't forget underneath the nose, and I like to bring that shadow into the eyebrows. I'm clearly listening to a good song right here. But yeah, make sure that you bring that powder into the eyebrows just to kind of bring in the look together. So I am going to start the eyes portion. I did actually use a couple of different eyeshadow palettes, but the first one I am going to use is the Shane Dawson collaboration with Jeffree Star. I'm going to use those top two brown shades. I do believe the shades are Tanacon and Root Beer. So I am going to go in with Root Beer and start to carve out the shape that I want for my eyes. The eyes, I did kind of like a daytime smoky bridal look. Like, this is something that I would do on a bride. This is something that I would do on someone who, you know, wants a daytime smoky eye. Something that's like really soft but kind of dramatic, if that makes sense. Just enough so that you can see, you know, I have on a cute little, you know, eyeshadow look today. So that's the look that I'm going today. So if you guys don't have these palettes, please use, you know, something of the same shade or same color. I basically used all browns. I used all brown shades. And now I'm switching to another palette. I'm using the Jackie Aina collaboration with Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm going in with the shade Credit because I did want to darken that outer corner of the eye. So that is what I'm doing here, and I'm using a really loose blending brush because I really want a soft look. You don't want to see where the shadow starts and where it ends. Everything should be blended out really, really seamlessly. So I was blending for a very, very long time until I got where I needed to get. Okay, I promise this is the last palette that I used for this look, but I didn't show it here, but I am using a shade called Ounce from the Naked Heat palette by Urban Decay, and that is the lightest shade in that palette, and I did use that to just pop out the eyes just a little bit. Ounce is a satin shimmery shade, and again, it's in the Naked Heat palette. And it's a really, really good color for this look, for this specific look that I'm trying to do here. So very lightly, I am going back in with Credit from the Anastasia palette, and I'm blending that into the shade Ounce from the Urban Decay palette, just so that you kind of get that blend of that smoky brown with that shimmery icy shade on the lid. Just making sure everything is blended. I'm going back and forth with each color so that they kind of overlap and blend into each other. Now for the liner, you can take any dark brown liner that you can find, and I am just lining the top of my lash line, and you can kind of see it's thick on the outer corner of the eye, and I am thinning that out as I get closer to the center of the eye. Going back into that Credit shade, that's what Credit looks like, and going in with a Morphe shader brush. I'm going to take that and I'm going to set the kohl pencil, the pencil that we put down for the eyeliner. I'm going to take some of that on the brush and pack it right onto the liner. And you're just going to smoke that out a bit. So once you set it, kind of wiggle your brush, and you're gonna set that liner, and it's gonna give you a really, really nice, smoky, very sultry type of a look there. And that's without using black. I felt like black was a little too harsh for the wedding look that I was doing, that I wanted to do. I did want to keep it all smoky, sultry, neutral with this eyeshadow look. For lashes, I'm using the Ardell Wispy lashes, and I'm going to be using 2 pairs. So first, I am applying mascara. This is the Fenty mascara in the shade Cause I'm Black. Because I'm black. I didn't use this Huda Beauty palette, but I'm just using the mirror. I'm going to apply those lashes as close to the lash line as possible. And I'm going to show you guys a trick at how I get them to kind of push up. I know a lot of my lashes, like when you get lashes, they kind of look very straight on, and I love my lashes to look really fluffy and fluttery, if that makes sense. So once I apply them, I'll show you how I make them stand up. Okay, so while my lashes are drying, I'm gonna go into the BH Cosmetics collaboration with It's My Ray Ray, and I'm going in with that dark shade because I did want to have a little bit of a heavier contour. I am going to blend this out. I know it was kind of harsh on that other side, but I am going to blend that out in just a second. But I did want to have a more defined cheekbone with this, so I did chisel out my cheeks a little bit more and added a little bit to the bridge of my nose, sides of my nose, and to my forehead there. So these are the other set of Ardell Wispy lashes that I'm applying, and I'm just applying these a little farther out than when I applied the first pair. So I'm applying them a little farther out because I do want them to kind of wing out on the outer part of the eye. And then I just kind of push them up. So as they're drying, I push them up with the back of my tweezer just to kind of curl them a little bit without using an eyelash curler. So that's my little trick. I like to I pinch them together, make sure they're right on the ends there. And I'm having a little song break, but yeah. So you see me, I'm kind of just pushing the edge of the eyelash up, and you can see it's lifting already. So it's gonna dry in place. And that's how I get that fluffy look. You can also use your fingers and just push them up. I like to close my eyes and let them dry like that for a little bit. Okay, so going back in the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, I am taking the shade Ginger, and I'm just smoking out that bottom lash line with that color. And then I'm also going to go back into Credit with that shader brush that we used to set the eyeliner. And I'm going to use that to darken just the outer part of the eye with that shade. Okay, so next I'm taking this Model's Own highlighter in the shade Golden Sand. And I'm just taking a highlighting brush. I forgot which brush I used. Oh, that's the BH Cosmetics brush collaboration with It's My Ray Ray. So I'm using that highlighter brush to highlight just the highest part of the cheekbone. And we all love a pop-in highlight, right? You gotta be glowing, extra glowy on your special day for your wedding. So for the lips, I like to give my brides their own signature look. So for this look, I'm doing three different colors. So the first one I use is the NYX NYX Lingerie Liquid Lipstick in the shade Beauty Mark. So I did use that to just carve out and shape and define the outer part of my lips here. And then I'm gonna just blend out, making sure, there's no creases around the mouth area. And then I'm gonna go in with a darker brown liquid lipstick. I believe this is Ruby Kisses. I can't remember the shade. I'll put everything down below. But I did use a darker brown liquid lip. And I'm just using that on the outer, very, very outer edges of my lip there. Making sure to blend as I go. And I did overdraw my lips just a tad. Just a little bit. You want to make sure that we have some full pouty lips to be kissed at the altar, right? Right. Then I'm gonna go in with this Lolette's lip bar, or Lolette's beauty bar, and I'm gonna go in with a nude shade, and I'm going to blend or put that in the center of the lip, and I'm gonna blend that out with a brush. And that's been my technique lately, blending these liquid lipsticks together using a brush, and it helps to get that blend that you want. Very seamless and exactly what I was going for. Just adding a little bit more, and they're just gonna blend that out there. So here is the final look. I absolutely love how this look came out. It's just so sultry and classic, just the classic bridal makeup look that I would go for. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video and enjoyed this makeup look. If you guys want to see more looks, make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe down below. Share this video. Share with your friends who's getting married, or wants to get married, or wants to try this makeup look. I don't know. We're quarantined in the house. We're in the house board, so hey. But I hope you guys liked it and enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.